In 1984, an interesting UFO incident was recorded by the Brazilian Air Force. This fact was witnessed by thousands of people, including civilians and military personnel, and the UFOs seen that night were also captured on radar. It all happened on the night of October 28, 1984, when an unidentified plot appeared on the UFO Brasilia radars. The signal changed its heading direction all the time, showing the typical erratic behavior seen in thousands of UFO incidents around the world throughout history. Intrigued, the operator called Sao Paulo Air Traffic Control, asking if he had any unknown traffic on his radars. As the Sao Paulo operator did not have any registration, he decided to call the air defense informing the fact. He then contacted the Congonhas Airport Control Tower, as the object was close to Sao Paulo Airport. The airport operator reported that he received several telephone calls from people reporting the presence of a UFO over the region, and there were so many calls that he stopped answering the calls. At one point, the target that was being monitored by Centro Brasilia accelerated quickly, going from 24 km per hour to 976 km per hour, passing over the city of Sao Paulo. At that same moment, 7 other plots appeared on the radars of Centro Brasilia and APP Sao Paulo. They were flying over the Sao Paulo cities of São José dos Campos, Itanhaém, the northern region of the city of Sao Paulo, Santos, Ubatuba and Campinas. The data indicated that one of the signals had the same size ratio as a Boeing, although none of them were flying over that region at the time. UFO Brasilia called the control tower at São José dos Campos Airport, informing the situation and asking the operator to remain alert. With binoculars, during the telephone call, one of the objects passed northwest of the airport, approximately 19 kilometers from the city of São José dos Campos, heading east and driving just 9 kilometers from the local airport tower. Another accelerated sharply, going from 74 km per hour to 1,481 km per hour, at a speed far above commercial aircraft, already above the speed of sound. Currently, there are 36 pages of transcriptions of communications between the different centers, carried out during that sighting. Here we see the cover of the document containing transcriptions of communications between air traffic centers during the incident. Here we have the date of the UFO incident. Here we see the identification of the tapes where the communications were recorded. In the line below we see the date of transcription of the communication, the time at which the event occurred, and on the right the air traffic control centers and the aircraft involved are listed. Below is the name of the soldier who made the transcription and the soldier who reviewed its content. After that we have 4 columns throughout the transcription. The first column indicates the time at which the communication took place. The second column indicates the means of communication used, either via telephone or radio. The third column indicates the origin of the communication, that is, the control center involved. Finally, the fourth column indicates what was communicated. Certainly, this fact left operators and their superiors impressed and possibly led the Brazilian Air Force to adopt measures to deal with the matter, as on July 15, 1985, the Ministry of Aeronautics, Octavio Julio Moreira Lima, through Sindactai, issued General Order 1S-018 CCTA, which would come into force on July 19 of that year, adopting a series of measures in the event of the appearance of UFOs on the radars of air defense units. The new rule determined that in these incidents the chief officer of the UFO Brasilia operational team must be called and that the radar screen must be recorded on video throughout the entire event. Furthermore, those involved should seek as much information as possible about the phenomenon, contacting other traffic control or air defense units. Meteorological information should also be noted, as well as the start and end times of the records and telephone calls involved. And if possible, pilots who might be flying in these areas should be asked to visually confirm these objects. And all of this should be recorded on a specific form created for this purpose. It was precisely these monitoring and recording rules that guided the procedures during the 1986 ufological wave and its main event, the so-called official UFO Night, on the night of May 19th to 20th. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel now and activate the bell to be notified when new videos are published here on the channel. See you in the next video. Bye.